Hello, Crafty Crandall fam. Today's video is going to be a gift guide for creatives. These are gifts to give as a creative person to whoever you want in your life. Last year I did a gift guide specifically suggesting gifts for artists. So if that's what you thought this was, I would say go watch that video, as this might not be the video for you, but otherwise let's get into the suggestions. My first idea for a gift to give as a creative person is probably the most obvious one, but that is to indulge your creative skills. Give someone a gift that you use your skills and put them into making it. By this I mean, if you like to draw something for someone. If you like to paint something for someone. This can be so simple but so heartfelt. I have given several of these types of gifts over the years, and they have been really well received by the people that I have given them to. I would say this does require some background knowledge into what the person that you're giving the gift to likes, as you want the piece to be meaningful for them and something that they're actually going to want hanging up on their wall, for instance, like this piece that I have here from one of my good friends. This can also be a good thing to do for something smaller. So I've done this similarly with postcards for all of my friends at the holidays. I have got watercolor postcards, which you can buy through a couple of different brands, and paint on the front of them and then write them a note on the back and send it to them. This is a fantastic thing to do. I make greeting cards all the time. I love making custom greeting cards, and so I really encourage you, like, if this is something that you're interested in doing, but maybe you don't know the person as well and you don't want to make them like a full-fledged piece to hang on their wall or something that you would expect them to then display, maybe try that instead. Make them a gift card. I know that once my dad wanted to go golfing, and I couldn't get to the golf course because I live a bit away from my dad, and so I couldn't buy him a specific gift card to that golf course. And so what I did is I painted like a golf scene, like with the green and the flag and everything. It was really cute. And then I just put cash in the envelope, and I was like, here's your gift card to go play golf. This can be another super creative way to give someone a gift card, but also make it a fun, creative process that is personalized for them. My next idea is to buy something and make it better. Now, what I mean by this is anything that you buy. It doesn't really matter what specifically, but I'll give you a couple of examples here so that you understand what I mean. Specifically, the examples that I'm going to give actually pertain to a video that I recently did, painting a book cover. Something really cool that you could do is paint a book cover for someone and then take that book and give it to them as a gift. This works especially well, obviously, if you already know what the book is about, if it's a book that you yourself has read. You could also do this with a movie, though. You could do this with any piece of kind of art that you want to give them that is not the type of art that you would normally do. Also, kind of something similar to that would be bookmarks. So if you are buying someone a book and you haven't read the book, maybe paint them a bookmark with like a picture of a cat or a picture of something that they really like, so that then they've got a customized bookmark to go with that. Similarly, something that you could do, and I recently discovered that posca markers are fantastic for this, is you could buy something like a candle and then color on the side of it to personalize it. People love getting candles as gifts. People love giving candles as gifts, and so I think that this one is really easy to do and just goes that extra step to make the gift really creative and something special for the person that you're giving it to, because I know that personally when I receive a gift, I just really appreciate it when someone puts their time into making it better. They didn't just spend their money to buy me something. They also then took their time to make it personalized to me specifically, and that just really speaks volumes to me when people do that. And so that's the type of suggestion that I want to give here. My next suggestion is more of a creative experience. Give them the gift of your time to do something. So I have a couple of different ideas for this. The first is an art class. I did art classes for several months at a local art studio. It was around $80 a month. So you could sign your friend up for art classes for a month for, relatively inexpensively, and to do them with them. Explore the realm of art together and then just enjoy being creative together. I think this is a fantastic gift if you want to spend time with someone and you also want to continue to develop your creativity and just explore your passions further. Similarly, they have things called paint and sips, where you are following an artist through a painting, the process for making a painting right along with them, and you can create a painting that looks ostensibly better than you probably could if you have never painted before. It is so much fun, and I would highly recommend doing one if you have not. I know that they can be a little bit tough to find, but I would recommend just Googling for your area various like paint and sip or painting classes or guided painting workshops. Something like that should be able to find something in your area that kind of fits the bill for that. My next creative experience suggestion would be a museum exhibition. Check your local museums, see what they're displaying, see if they've got anything planned that you and your friend might be interested in. This can be a great way to kind of appreciate creativity without actually having to put in the work of being creative yourself or having your friend be creative in and of themselves. It can be so much fun to share your thoughts as to what you like or dislike about different pieces of artwork, different works at the museum, and it can be really insightful and just a really good bonding experience for learning more about your friend and learning more about their likes and dislikes. Another really fun idea can be to include really creative packaging for your gift. I realize that this is not actually in and of itself a gift idea, but if you have something that you're going to buy someone, but you want to be a little bit more creative with it, a great way to do this can be with how you package the item. I know one time my sister had bought a stool for my dad, and it was like a really bulky item. It was not easy to package at all. And so what she did is she took like a garbage bag, she wrapped the stool up, and then she cut out like cat ears and whiskers for it so that she made it look like a cat. It can be really fun to play with your packaging and make it look unique. I know that I have tried to do this year with a couple of things that are a little bit more difficult, like you can't find a box for them. It can be really difficult to wrap some things, and so this idea I think is more suited to that type of gift. So if you're giving someone something that is not easy to wrap, or if it's really bulky, or if you need to get creative because it's not obvious how to wrap the thing, this can be a great suggestion. I highly encourage you to get inspiration from other people. I know that there are a million videos showing you how to wrap certain gifts, or like giving you creative suggestions for wrapping gifts specifically. And those can be really great resources for you online, here on YouTube. I highly encourage you to get creative in your packaging as well as getting creative with your gift ideas in general. And my final suggestion for things in this video would be an activity. Now, what I mean by this is craft an activity creatively. I've done this personally with greeting cards. I have written on greeting cards. The first greeting card gives a hint to the location of a second greeting card, and so on and so forth until you kind of reach the gift that you are giving them. So this is kind of like a scavenger hunt, I think it's called. And so this can be super fun to do, and you don't have to necessarily be super creative to do it. I personally tried to rhyme in all of my clues, but it's not really necessary. You just kind of have to think of a bunch of different locations where you're going to hide something at wherever you're going to be doing your gift giving, and then come up with ways to prompt them to find the next clue. So this works best probably in smallish quantities. I know that when I did it, I had 3 different cards kind of exploring different locations, and then the 4th card was with the gift that I was giving. So in total, 4 different things. Any more than that and it might get a little bit complicated, but truly if you've got a large space, you could probably make that work. Like you could do as many as you wanted, and as long as you have like the creativity to fuel that and the locations to distribute those things, I think that would be super fun. I know that my sister really enjoyed doing it when I set that up for her, and so that is something that I would totally recommend as like a creative gift idea. And another idea that I had for kind of an activity-based thing would be to make your own board game. I know that this is something that we used to do in school. I think this was like an assignment that we had once, was to make our own board game. And while I do believe this might work better in a group so that you can kind of have multiple people kind of hashing out the rules and the idea, it could be a super fun idea to make your own board game, put your own characters into it, make your own plot. It can be literally any kind of game. It could be a board game like Candyland. It could be a board game like D&D. It doesn't matter. Anything that you can do to make it creative and make it your own is what we are aiming for here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video was pretty short and sweet. If you have any questions about any of the gift suggestions that I've left here, please let me know. If you want to kind of bounce your ideas off me and get my feedback, I would love to hear them. I know that I always try to include at least one, if not multiple, creative gifts in my gift giving habit for the year. I love giving creative gifts. I love making custom greeting cards. I love just giving people a little piece of me with the gift that I am giving them. So with that, you guys, I want to thank you again for watching. I post new art videos every Tuesday and occasionally on Fridays. I would love to hear your feedback on this one. If you liked it, please give it a like. Please consider leaving a comment down below. Consider subscribing to this channel. And if you really liked it, hit the notification bell, as all of those things do help out this channel. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!